association. Let me show you how magic works. If you become sick, you will say to yourself, I'm going to go to a doctor and get this fixed. You've just started a placebo effect. You've just given yourself a spell that, if you work through the spell, will have a positive outcome. I'm sick, I'm going to go to a doctor and get it fixed. That's a suggestion. That is a hypnotic suggestion. You go to the doctor, that's the first part of the ritual. Successful, you got to the doctor. The doctor is going to go, yes, I can fix that. That is moral support, customer support. The doctors go, yes, you are right, we can fix this. I'm going to give you a magic piece of paper with some magic squiggles on it, which is a prescription. He gives you that, you take that, and he goes, now take that to the shaman. So you take that to the chemist or apothec, whatever you call it over there. And the witch behind the counter will give you this special stuff, probably just sugar, but they will give it to you. And you go, thank you, this is going to fix me. And you go home and you take it and you heal yourself. You just created a magical effect on yourself, and you just created a placebo effect. That's how all magic works, through association. You associate the doctor with a certain thing. If you have a very bad mental problem and you go to a psychiatrist, and when you walk into the office, there's just some hippie sitting there with his dirty bare feet up on the table, and he smells like marijuana and all the rest of it, you're not going to have enough confidence in him for him to be able to heal you, because the associations aren't there. He doesn't have a big, expensive desk. He doesn't look like a very intelligent man. He doesn't look like he has absolute control over life. And therefore, you don't have the associations that's going to create the placebo healing effect on you. So he has to look the part. You see, we all know this. It's NLP, basically. So NLP is how you create magic. A magical ritual is putting together a whole bunch of associations that must logically have a particular outcome if you believe the system of those associations. That's magic. Hence, if you absolutely believe me and have faith in me, and I go, take 2 drops of milk and put a little bit of sugar, and then take this leaf from this particular tree and put that in there and mix it up and hold it under your tongue for 14 minutes, it'll become very difficult and very hard after the first 5 minutes. But if you can go through it for 14 minutes, you will be healed at the end of it. Now, if you believe that, it will work for you because you have faith and belief in me. But you healed yourself. It's got nothing to do with me at all. You just put those associations together. All I have to do is convince you that I'm healing you, and then you'll heal yourself. I actually can't. A lot of the healings that I do in the world, which is called love healing, is if you see someone with cancer and they are suffering, and you feel in your heart so much that you would prefer to have the cancer than to see that person suffering, you can take it from them and they are immediately healed, and then you can go and deal with the cancer yourself because it'll be in you. I've done that several times. I just got rid of my cancer literally 3 or 4 days ago, which I got from somebody else. About 10 years ago, I had cancer in both lungs, which I took from somebody in Queensland in Australia. That took me 40 days to get rid of that out of myself. And that's through meditation. That's not taking anything. And the way I do that is, for me, I would lay down and put my body to sleep, but keep the mind awake. And then using thoughts, and this is the mastery side, you imagine going down into your throat and then down into your lungs. And then you put a workman's helmet on, you know, the white hats that you get when you go to a building site, one of the hard hats. Put one of those on. I get a chisel and a hammer and a light, like a miner's light. And then I go into my lungs and I start chipping all the black pieces off the side of my lungs on the inside. And then I get a high pressure hose and I clean the inside of the lungs until they're beautiful and pink. And I do that every night for 40 nights. And after 40 nights, absolutely no cancer whatsoever. And that's how you do it. The brain speaks in pictures. If I say to you, what color is the walls in your room? You don't see the words, my walls are white. You just see the white wall. And then you have to turn that picture into a grunt that I can understand. And then I will turn your grunt into a picture. And that's how we speak. We do that all the time. And that's how that, anyway, I don't know how the hell I got onto all of that, but that's magic. That's mysticism. That's the difference. And to answer your question, very, very rarely will you make the move towards enlightenment through magic. It's a different process. Magic is the power of the monkey. Enlightenment, you won't really want to touch magic anymore, but you will know how it works and why it works, and you will recognize it when it's happening. But there are many, many ways. Once you understand magic, once you've risen above magic, you have absolute ability to destroy magic or work with it. If someone wants to use magic on you, for instance, unless you've decided to allow them to do it, they can't. Nothing will happen to you because you're not thinking about what they're telling you. Once you've reached the enlightened mind, you don't use the thought process very often. It's like an electric drill. You don't use your electric drill to go to the toilet. You don't use your electric drill to cook your dinner. You don't use your electric drill to do your hair. You only bring out your electric drill when you want to drill holes, and then you put it away. Your thought process is the same. As we've seen before, we rarely use it in the daytime. We're always thinking of something else when we're doing things. We never think about the thing that we're doing. So you don't need to use it. It's just there for some things, but somewhere in evolution,